baby wearing video about getting the baby as high as possible on your back while doing a rucksack carry. I'm shooting this video with my picture camera, and from my understanding the audio is not as good as it would be if I was using a video camera. So if the audio is so bad that you can't understand anything, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate the feedback. And I realize that if you can't hear anything, you probably won't hear that. But just in case you do, please leave comments and let me know if the audio is not good. I am a mother of 8. I am also a mother of twin, and so I rap a lot. I am not a rapping instructor, but here are a few of the tricks I gathered along the way. And one of them is that my video camera, my picture camera shooting this video, is in the playpen because I tried 3 times and the baby knocked the tripod over 3 times. And so now the camera's in the playpen. So if it's at a weird angle, that's why. And now, of course, my twins are trying to get in the playpen, which never ever happens. So to start the rucksack carry, I'm going to find my middle marker. I'll be using the green rail. I don't know if you see a thicker green rail. That's going to be my top rail, the green. And my bottom rail will be the blue. It may not be super obvious on a video, but those 2 rails are thicker than the finer lines. And since my twin boy is the closest, he's going to be the test subject for this video. So I'm going to take my middle marker and put it in the middle of my baby's back. Now this is a 5.4 meter wrap, which is uber long for a rucksack. I would never carry my baby in a ruck using a 5.4 meter long wrap. I use this wrap for tandem wearing. And so with a Superman toss, I'm getting him on my back. Yeah. And I'm going to be tucking both top rails under my chin like this, and then I'm going to be working on my seat. So I'm reaching between my baby's legs, pulling my bottom rail, and pulling it up like this. So there's fabric between my baby and I. Now I'm holding onto my bottom rail, and I'm bringing my bottom rail on top of my shoulder. So now, and I'm folding my bottom rail into my top rail. And see, when I pull on my bottom rail, his legs go up. That's because my bottom rail is holding that pouch, that seat that I'm trying to make for my baby. If there is loose in your bottom rail, there's going to be loose in your seat. Now, I'm going to be doing the same thing. Pulling on my bottom rail, making sure it's well under his knee and it's pulling his leg up. Then I'm going to tuck my bottom rail into the middle of my wrap and fold it into my top rail. So now my baby has a seat, and I'm holding my wrap nice and tight so he's not going anywhere. And now I want him to be higher. So I'm going to make sure I can see that there's a bit of loose in my top rail. I'm going to make sure he's as close to me as possible. So I'm pulling on my green rail here, making sure my bottom rail stays nice and tight. And now I'm going to take both rails and hold them out like this, pull them out like this. Take my other end, place it on my baby's bum. I've got my fingers on one side and my thumb on the other side, and I'm holding that seat like I'm holding fabric on his bum the whole time. I'm going to bend over to help gravity help me and pull my tails out while I'm pushing him up. See? Out, out. Now that he's nice and high, I'm going to make sure there's still no loose in my bottom rail. And he's nice and secure. Now what I like to do is bring those tails back over his legs, and then cross and under, and then I jump a little bit and make sure that that loose is all taken out. Now, as I mentioned, this is an uber long wrap for a ruck. So I've got about 2 meters of wrap left over, but normally I would tie it by taking I'm taking the right tail over the left. Woohoo! Okay. And then taking the left over the right. And I get a nice flat knot like this. Now if I went for a walk, I would trip on my tails, but it gives you an idea of getting a nice high and how to pull him up, pull your baby up. And oh, we have a cold here. Another note is to notice that your bottom rail is what's holding your seat, and so your baby can only go as high as your bottom rail, right? So if everything's tight, but your bottom rail is loose, your seat is gonna sag. So your baby goes only as high as your bottom rail. That's what I like to say. Oh my goodness. So there you go. I hope this helped.